Your diesel might sound fine right now, but if you skip watching these 13 diesel mistakes, then they could be secretly sending it to an early grave. Mechanics see this all the time, and most drivers don't even realize it until the repair bill hits. In just a few seconds, I will show you the one mistake that causes irreversible engine damage. Let's get started. The number 13 mistake is running too many short trips. And this one kills more diesel engines than almost anything else. Diesel engines are designed to run hot and work hard. When you only drive short distances, your engine never reaches proper operating temperature. This creates a cascade of problems that slowly destroy your engine from the inside out. During short trips, your diesel never burns off the condensation that builds up in the oil. This water contamination turns your oil into a corrosive sludge that attacks bearings, cylinder walls, and other critical components. The fuel system also suffers because unburned fuel dilutes the oil, reducing its lubricating properties. Your turbocharger gets hammered too, since it relies on hot oil for proper lubrication and cooling. But here's the part that really gets expensive. Modern diesels have sophisticated emissions systems that require high temperatures to function. When you only make short trips, these systems never complete their cleaning cycles, leading to clogged filters and sensors that can cost thousands to replace. The exhaust system fills with soot. The diesel particulate filter becomes blocked, and eventually you will face a repair bill that exceeds the value of your truck. The number 12 mistake is locking your engine in high gears, and this one physically damages your engine's internals. Locking happens when you try to accelerate or climb hills in too high a gear, forcing the engine to work harder than it should at low RPMs. You will feel it as a shuddering or vibrating sensation through the vehicle. When you lock a diesel engine, you're creating extreme cylinder pressures that the engine wasn't designed to handle. This puts enormous stress on pistons, connecting rods, and crankshafts. The excessive pressure can crack cylinder heads, blow head gaskets, or even break connecting rods. The turbocharger also suffers because it can't provide adequate boost at low RPMs, leading to incomplete combustion and carbon build-up. Many drivers think they are saving fuel by staying in high gears, but locking actually decreases fuel economy while destroying your engine. The key is to downshift before you feel that telltale shudder. Your engine should always have enough power to accelerate smoothly without straining. The number 11 mistake is changing your engine oil late. And with diesels, this is absolutely critical. Diesel engines produce far more contaminants than gas engines. The combustion process creates soot, acids, and other byproducts that contaminate the oil much faster. When you extend oil change intervals beyond the manufacturer's recommendations, you are essentially running liquid sandpaper through your engine. Old, contaminated oil loses its ability to lubricate properly. It becomes thick and sticky, unable to flow through tight tolerances in modern diesel engines. This leads to increased wear on bearings, camshafts, and other moving parts. The oil filter becomes overwhelmed and stops filtering effectively, allowing abrasive particles to circulate through the engine. Here's something most people don't know. Diesel engines run much higher oil pressures than gas engines. When the oil becomes contaminated and thick, it can actually cause oil pump failure, which means instant engine death. The repair costs for oil-related damage often exceed $10,000 because you are looking at a complete engine reboot. The number 10 mistake is excessive idling, and this one surprises many diesel owners. Unlike gas engines, diesels can idle for extended periods without immediate damage, but that doesn't mean you should. Extended idling causes a host of problems that slowly kill your engine. During idle, your diesel runs at very low temperatures, which prevents complete fuel combustion. This leads to fuel dilution in the oil, reducing its lubricating properties. The low operating temperature also allows moisture to accumulate in the oil, creating corrosive acids that attack engine components. Your turbocharger suffers because it's designed to operate at high temperatures and speeds, not the low pressure conditions of idle. The emission system takes a beating too. The diesel particulate filter can't regenerate properly at idle temperatures, leading to clogging and expensive repairs. Carbon builds up in the intake manifolds and EGR system, eventually requiring costly cleaning or replacement. The number 9 mistake is using low quality fuel, and this one can destroy your entire fuel system. Diesel fuel quality varies dramatically between stations, and cheap fuel often contains contaminants that wreak havoc on modern diesel engines. Water contamination is particularly destructive because it causes corrosion throughout the fuel system and supports bacterial growth that clogs filters and injectors. Low quality fuel also has poor lubrication properties, which is critical because diesel fuel lubricates the fuel injection system. Without proper lubrication, your high-pressure fuel pump and injectors wear out prematurely. These components are incredibly expensive to replace, often costing thousands of dollars. Poor fuel quality also affects combustion efficiency, leading to increased soot production and faster contamination of your oil and emissions systems. The fuel filters become clogged more frequently, and eventually contaminants reach the injectors, causing them to fail or perform poorly. The number 8 mistake is ignoring diesel particulate filter regeneration cycles, and this one can leave you stranded. Modern diesels have sophisticated emission systems that require periodic cleaning cycles called regeneration. During regeneration, the engine burns off accumulated soot in the DPF by raising exhaust temperatures. When you ignore the regeneration warnings on your dashboard, the soot builds up, eventually reaches critical levels. This triggers a protective mode that reduces engine power and can eventually shut down the engine completely. The repair costs for a clogged DPF can exceed $3,000, and that's if you catch it before it causes damage to other components. Still with me? Good, because this next mistake is the one mechanics almost never talk about publicly, but is quietly wrecking engines every single day. The number 7 mistake is interrupting regeneration cycles, and this one shows a fundamental misunderstanding of how modern diesels work. When your truck starts a regeneration cycle, you will notice the engine running slightly rougher and possibly see warning lights on the dashboard. Many drivers immediately turn off the engine, thinking something's wrong. Interrupting regeneration cycles prevents the DPF from completing its cleaning process. Over time, this leads to excessive soot accumulation that can only be removed through expensive professional cleaning or filter replacement. The engine management system becomes confused, throwing error codes that can be difficult and expensive to diagnose. The number 6 mistake is babying your diesel engine, and this one goes against everything you'd expect. Diesel engines are designed to work hard, and they actually need periodic high-load operation to stay healthy. When you baby your diesel, never allowing it to work under load, you create problems that can cost thousands to fix. Diesel engines need high temperatures and pressures to burn fuel completely and keep their emissions systems functioning. When you always drive gently, carbon builds up in the intake system, EGR valve, and combustion chambers. The turbocharger develops problems because it never reaches proper operating temperatures. Your fuel injectors become clogged with carbon deposits, affecting spray patterns and combustion efficiency. The number 5 mistake is using incorrect oil viscosity, and this one can cause immediate engine damage. Diesel engines operate under extreme pressures and temperatures, requiring specific oil viscosities to maintain proper lubrication. Using oil that's too thin provides inadequate protection under load, while oil that's too thick can't circulate properly through tight tolerances. Many diesel owners make the mistake of using gas engine oil in their diesel, thinking oil is oil. Diesel oils contain special additives to neutralize acids and handle soot contamination that gas engine oils simply don't have. Using the wrong oil leads to accelerated wear, bearing failure, and expensive engine damage. The number 4 mistake is ignoring air filter maintenance, and this one affects both performance and engine longevity. Diesel engines move massive amounts of air, and even small restrictions in airflow can cause significant problems. A dirty air filter forces the engine to work harder, reduces fuel economy, and allows contaminants to enter the combustion chamber. When airflow is restricted, the turbocharger works overtime trying to maintain boost pressure. This leads to increased exhaust temperatures and accelerated turbo wear. The engine management system responds by adjusting fuel delivery, which can cause incomplete combustion and increased soot production. The number 3 mistake is neglecting fuel filter changes, and this one can destroy your entire fuel system. Diesel fuel contains more contaminants than gasoline, and these particles can cause catastrophic damage to high-pressure fuel injection systems. Modern diesel injectors operate at pressures exceeding 30,000 psi, and even microscopic particles can cause scoring and failure. Clogged fuel filters also reduce fuel flow, causing lean combustion conditions that can damage pistons and cylinders. The high-pressure fuel pump works harder when filters are clogged, leading to premature failure of this extremely expensive component. The number 2 mistake is using winter fuel year-round, and this one affects both performance and engine longevity. Winter diesel fuel is formulated differently to prevent gelling in cold temperatures, but it has lower energy content than summer fuel. Using winter fuel in warm weather reduces power output and fuel economy, while increasing engine wear. The number 1 mistake is ignoring warning lights and unusual symptoms. Diesel engines are complex machines with sophisticated monitoring systems designed to protect them from damage. When warning lights appear or you notice unusual symptoms, immediate attention is required to prevent catastrophic failure. After introducing these 13 diesel mistakes that mechanics hate, which diesel mistake surprised you the most? Comment below and share your thoughts with the reason why.